A very good morning to all students. Today also we will do grammar, and today we will do change of degree of comparison. Now here what degree of comparison we are talking about? We are talking of the degree of comparison of adjectives. Now first let me tell you what is the work of an adjective. The work of an adjective is to describe or tell you more about a noun. Like say for example, if I say a person is good, or I can say another person is better, and a third person is the best. Okay, so I am describing these three people as being good, better, and best. Now, when I am describing these three people, when I said the first person is good, I am talking only and only about the first person. When I say the second person is better, that's when I'm talking about two people. That is the first person and the second person. So the second person is better than the first person. Now when I'm saying the third person is the best, that means I'm comparing all three. That is the first, the second and the third person and anyone else. Okay, not just these three people, anyone else. Among all of them, the third person is the best. So when you are comparing degree of comparison, the first is positive degree because you're talking only and only about one person. Okay, that is good. When you're comparing two people, that is better, the example of better. Then it is comparative degree because you're comparing between two people. And the last one, that is the best, that is superlative degree because there's nothing better than that. It is the best. So that is why it is called superlative degree, and that's when you compare three or more than three things or persons. Clear? So I'm just reading it out, just what I just explained. Most adjectives have three different degrees of comparisons: the positive degree, the comparative degree, and the superlative degree. The positive is used to describe one item, group, or person. The comparison is used to describe two items, groups, or persons. And the superlative is used to describe three or more items, groups, or persons. Now this is just what I explained. Now there are different ways to form the comparative and superlative degree of adjectives. When you're forming a comparative degree, we will add er or more. Like for example, big is the positive degree. And to make it comparative, you will add er, bigger. Or if you say beautiful in the positive degree, to make it comparative, you will say more beautiful. So to make it comparative, in some words you add er, and some words you add more. Okay. Now we go to superlative degree. When you're talking of some superlative degree, the same thing. Bigger, it becomes best. So you add est at the end. Or most, like more beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. So you change into superlative degree by adding est or most to the positive degree. Now I've given you a few examples: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. See, good, better, best. Yes, in this there is a change from the positive to the comparative. Good becomes better, and even the superlative is changed. Okay, same way even the second one, bad, worse, worst. Okay, these are a few degrees, comparative degrees, which change, the words change totally. Okay, well, as generally speaking, most of the words you just add er or just add more or most and it is changed. Clear? Now moving on to the third one, old, older, oldest, or it can also be this when you're talking of age. This when you're talking of age. Who is older, like who is maybe 10, 40 and 50. Okay. When you're saying old, elder, eldest, you're saying who is elder in age. You're not talking of the actual number. Clear? Okay. Then far, farther, farthest, far, further, furthest. Now why when you're talking of far, you're saying the distance, how far he is from, okay, from where you are standing. Well, as if you're talking farther is from a further distance, from there it is further than that place. Okay. Hard, harder, hardest. Now you can see here it is the same. Hard, harder, hardest. Just the word hard, you add er. Just the word hard, you add est. Wise, wiser, wisest. Same way. Wise, you add er, you add est. Sad, sadder, saddest. Over here, note the change. You have to add d, t twice. You have to add double d, not just sadder. Sadder. Okay, because you're stressing on the D, so there will be two D's over here. Easy, easier, easiest. Now this is one rule you should remember. Generally when the positive degree word ends with Y, you will remove the Y and add I in the comparative and the superlative degree. Like easy, easier, easiest. Happy. See, if you're saying an example of happy. Happy, remove the Y. Happier, H-A-P-P-I-E-R and H-A-P-P-I-E-S-T. Okay, so wherever the words end with Y, you will remove Y and add I. Okay, difficult, more difficult, most difficult. Now we move on to the second part of it. Change of degrees of comparison. How you're supposed to change. You not only change the words when you're making a sentence, when you're forming a sentence. You not only change the word, you may even have to change the formation of the whole sentence according to the degree that you're talking about. Okay. Now let's read the examples. It is possible to change sentences having one degree of comparison into sentences having another degree of comparison. Read the examples below. Shakespeare is the greatest writer in English. It is superlative degree. Shakespeare is greater than any other writer in English. Comparative degree. No other writer in English is as great as Shakespeare. Oh, this is wrong. Please change it to positive degree. It's not superlative. It is positive degree. When you're writing, please change it to positive degree. Over here it's not superlative degree. I made a mistake in typing. Okay, now I just want to give you a clue how you can write. When you're talking of positive degree, you always have as, big as, great as, small as. So in positive degree you will always have as before and after the positive word. Clear? When you're talking of comparative degree, you will have the word, the comparative word and the word than. And the word than. So that's why I have underlined both. I have underlined as great as well as greater than. I have not just underlined great and great. Clear? And when you have superlative degree, you will always have the before the superlative degree. So you will have the biggest, the greatest, the smartest, the most beautiful. Clear? So superlative degree the before the word, comparative degree than after the word, and positive degree as next to, that's the word on either side, that is before the word as well as after the word. Clear? I hope you all please remember. I'm telling you all again, the last one is positive degree. I made a mistake and written there superlative degree. That is number C of the first example. Okay. Now we move on to the second example. Maharashtra is one of the largest states in India. Superlative degree, you can see the largest is there, but the largest, I always said always the largest. Maharashtra is larger than many other states in India, so you're larger than, okay. And very few states in India are as large as Maharashtra. Now here the main thing is the largest. You have to underline the largest, larger than, and as large as. The reason I have underlined one of in superlative degree is because the sentence, it doesn't say Maharashtra is the largest. That means along with Maharashtra there are few more states which are very big. Clear? Now when you saw the sentence above it, that is the first example, there are saying, it means, what it means that when you're talking of the first example, see, Shakespeare is the greatest writer in English. That means he is the greatest. There is no one greater than him. Clear? There is no one greater than him. He is, you can say, sabse upar, topmost. Well, as in the second example, it is not that there is no other state greater than or larger than Maharashtra. There are states which may be as large as Maharashtra. Okay. The rest, most of them are very small, but Maharashtra and maybe two or three more states are very big. So that is why this degree is changed in a little different way, and that is why I have underlined this one of also. Clear? Okay. Otherwise actually it's the largest state. Okay. Now but since it is not the only largest state, there are other states. That is why you will write one of the largest states. Okay. Even when you see the positive degree, I've underlined very few. That means most of the states are small. There are one or two states which are as large as Maharashtra. So there are very few states in India which are as large as Maharashtra. Clear? Okay. Moving on to the third example. The pen is mightier than the sword. Comparative degree. The sword is not as mighty as the pen. Okay, now you will ask me, what happened to the superlative degree? Here there is no superlative degree. Why? Can you just think for a second? Remember I told you something in the beginning. What is a superlative degree? When you are comparing three things or more than that. Here you are comparing only two things, that is the pen and the sword. Okay, that is why you will have only positive and comparative degree, not the superlative degree. Clear? You are comparing only two things, that is why only positive degree and comparative degree. Well, as if you see this, the examples above, the first and the second, you are comparing Shakespeare to all the other English writers. There may be hundreds of them. Yes, so more than three and more. Also, you are comparing Maharashtra to all the states of India. So, it is naturally more than 3. That is why all the 3 degrees. Clear? Okay. Now, your exercise, I have given you one example in each exercise. You have to solve the rest of the exercise. Now, remember, after you answer, leave a line and then write the question. Change to the positive degree. They look healthier than the other plants. So, other plants do not look as healthy as they do. Now remember, positive degree means as, whatever the degree, as. Remember, as. Remember, as for positive. Okay. Moving on to the next page. What happened? Why is it? Okay, 1, 2, then 3. Moving on to the next page. You do the second question. I'll just hold it for a few seconds and you can see. Okay, then the second question, change to the comparative degree. What did I tell you when you're thinking of comparative? Greater than, better than. Okay, unless it is very rarely. Okay, that these words will not come together, but the words better and than have to be there, like in the first example. They were the best looking plants. Now, why? Okay, they were better looking than all the other plants. You cannot say better than looking, because you see, best, there's a dash in between. Yes, there's a dash in between. So that's why you have to say better looking than. Clear? Better looking than. Okay. So thou lovest best. Lovest is an old English word for loves, and thou means you. Okay. We move to the next exercise. Change to the superlatives. The superlative, last one, est or more. Most, strongest. Okay, is either est or most. So here the suffering of men is stronger. What is the word that you can change? Stronger. What is describing the people suffering? Stronger. So you have to change that word. So you will say the suffering of men and women is the strongest. Don't forget the word the strongest among all things. Clear? So that's the way you will also change the rest of the sentences. There are only 4 in the last one. Yes, so there are only 4 in the last one. I'll just keep it for you for a few seconds. Okay, so I hope you all will be able to do each of these exercises and do it correctly. So wish you all the best. Thank you.